and they came straight through the door. I mean, only person gave us eye contact was our dad. My mom comes straight in and goes straight upstairs. She didn't stop. She didn't say nothing. She just went straight upstairs, the boo man. My dad comes in. He look at us. He like, and I'm like, you know, I got the crazy look because I'm always in something. So I'm like, so, you know, their dad comes in. So he talks to my dad, like, you know, like tell him like, hey, I'm gonna bring my boys in. And so my dad like, yeah. So Sammy and Ricky, they comes back in. So immediately as they coming in, Marky, he like, bro, I don't like these dudes. I'm like, hey, you gotta be calm. You gotta be calm. So my dad like, yeah, we're gonna wait on May. So Sammy and Ricky, they just standing there like if they ain't did nothing. Like if they visit us. Okay? So they just standing there. And so they look at, they cross over, you can see both of them looking at us like, and I'm like, I don't like the Sammy guy. Ricky, I can stomach him. But the Sammy made me want to just fight him for free. Beat him down for free. It's just something about Sammy I just didn't like. Because he had that demeanor like, yeah, I'm running stuff wherever I'm at. No. We not having that type of, not over me. I already got to deal with my mama, not over me. So boom, my mom finally comes out. This is like 5 minutes or 7 minutes. It felt like a really like decent amount of time. Like, so she finally comes out 5-7 minutes later. And she like, what happened in my house, Roshan? I'm like, first off, you come like right to me. That makes me nervous. Okay, they get me hot in the back of my neck. Okay, everything is like in my brain is just not focusing. It's going left. My brain is going left. It's not going right. It's not going positive. I'm looking at your face expression. Scaring me, lady. So I'm like, oh, what you mean? What happened inside my house, Roshan? I'm like, I don't know. You know, what I need to know. Tell me what I need to know. If you don't know what I'm asking you, tell me, because I'm telling you, I'm going to give you a show in front of everybody. So I'm like, hold on. How this go left in our course? So now I'm completely, like, confused. So Ricky was like, oh, Miss May, I could tell you, hold on, honey. I'm talking to the one that live here. Hold on. And so their dad was like, hey, speak when spoken to. And so I'm just sitting there like, oh my God, like, ah! And once again, this is what I mean by me being in a hot seat. When anytime it's time to go down. So when Mark said he was going to tell everything, that was going to equals me. Like right now, in that live moment, it was equaling me. So I'm like, well, I was trying to be nice. I brought my system downstairs. So Ricky and Sammy can be able to play the game. I'm like, and then they had, you know what I'm saying, got on the game and they wanted another controller. I went in Boo Man's room. Boo Man let me get a controller. I brought it down here. I'm like, and then Boo Man comes out. Come on, speed it up, because it seemed like you're thinking while you're going. Speed it up. So I'm like, and Boo Man, he wanted to play with them, and I didn't mind. So you thought it was okay. You supposed to be watching your brother, and you thought that it was okay for them to babysit your brother. I'm like, no, they weren't babysitting. I'm like, he wanted to play. He wanted to play with them. And so I'm like, you know how Boo Man is when it's his stuff. And so she like, because none of this wouldn't have happened if he wouldn't have been down here in teenager's face. That's why I'm coming at you. So I'm like, what? It was still his controller. So I'm like, yeah, Mom, you know, I understand. But I'm like, I told him to go upstairs and he said he wanted to keep playing with them. I'm like, Marky and his friend is my witness. She'll say, Marky friend. So no, I can't. Okay. We'll get there. Keep going, Roshan. So I'm like, yeah, so Boo Man was playing and I guess he was winning the game and they got mad. Boo Man got mad. They was trying to kick Boo Man off the stick, but Boo Man was the winner, and then they was going back and forth, and that's when Boo Man told me. Okay. And Marky friend, I'm like, she came and checked on Marky, and I'm like, and everything was going down, and I'm like, we just wanted to keep somebody as a witness. But I told you no company. I'm like, yeah, it's not my company, it's my company. But I said no company. I'm like, yeah, I told her to stick around because I saw that it was getting sticky, and I didn't want you to have to believe me or Mark or them like it was another person. She said, okay. So you took measures in your own hands. I'm like, no, I didn't even know she was coming. She was like, okay. I'm like, that's Marky friend. So she said, Marky, why was your friend over here in the first place? You're like, oh, she was checking on me. So when I decided to leave, all of a sudden your friend would have come check on you. Come on, Marky, give me something better. He like, no, Mom, seriously, she was checking on me. He like, this my girlfriend. So as soon as he said, this my girlfriend, I promise you, would everybody look towards him, right? Everybody looked towards him, but yet at the same token, me and her looked at him like, wait a minute, because that's been the conversation. If you got your ears open, that's been the conversation. She don't like Marky like that. So now my mom like, so she like, but that did seem like that's a good thing. Like you coming to check on your boyfriend. Like you can kind of slide and get away with that. So my mom said, next time when I say no company, I mean nobody. I don't care who it is. It could be the Pope at the door. Please, I said nobody inside my house. Roshana asked you on the phone. I said, yeah, I know, but when you asked me, she wasn't here. I'm like, once you hung up, then she came. Okay, just ironic, but okay. Ricky, Sammy, what happened with you and my baby? So he like, excuse me, Miss May. She said, what happened with you and my baby, with my king, Caleb? What happened? Why he's so upset? Because he's upset. And I don't like when he be upset. Because see them, I slit their throats. I slit their throats for playing with him. If they even let anybody play with him, I was slit. He's important to me. So I'm asking you exactly what happened. And so Sammy like, you want to go first? Ricky was like, you want to go first? My mom said, I don't care who go first. I could say it at the same time. I want to know why my son is upset. And so their dad like, come on, y'all, cough it out. Let her know. So he like, Miss May. I'm like, yo. Now all of a sudden he want to say Miss May. You weren't saying that at first. So my mama said, Roshan, I'm going to need you to be quiet. Shh, don't say nothing. You had your time to shine. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing else. Zip your lips. I'm like, okay. Because you put me on blast. Like, first off, being put on blast. Like, and when you put on blast, you can't really say nothing. So, my mom like, what happened? So, Sammy like, well, we was playing the game. He wanted to play, I think, Sonic or whatever. He was already giving us a hard time of like, anytime we play any different games, no matter if it was grabbed up auto or whatever, he would tell us what to do and how to play the game. So I was just doing it my own way and he got an attitude. He like, and so I told him like, hey, just pass your stick and give it to my brother so me and my brother can play, because me and my brother, we didn't play. And as like, Roshan had said, like, Roshan had brought the system down for us. I didn't even know your other son was going to come and play with us. And so when he came and played, we just like, hey, as a kid, he could play with us. I mean, that sounded sweet. That sounded simple. But I'm like, that ain't how they was buffing off. Like, they was getting big in the back of the seat. But now they on the front of the stage giving a show. I'm like, but he didn't say it that calm. Like, no, they was going back and forth. He was laughing at it. I was like, well, what about you dropping my controller on the ground? Like, you know what I'm saying, on the floor, on the ground. So he like, Yeah, because I got mad because y'all was trying to unplug the game without hearing our side. So my mama said, okay, I don't want to hear no more. I don't want to hear nothing else. I got it. Thank you. I appreciate it. And so then that's when my dad was like, is everything all good? Is everything straight? Because Sammy and Ricky dad didn't say nothing. I was like, is that where Ricky get it from? He was letting my mama handle the strokes. So boom, they end up, he like, all right, man. He like, I appreciate you. I'm sorry about all the, misunderstanding and stuff like that. I'm definitely going to talk to them when we get in the car. So I was like, ooh, I know that scene. Being in a car, your parent tell another parent, especially if it's a parent that I work with you and you just embarrass me, oh, you getting checked. So those type of talks always put me sky through the roof, because it's nothing like your parents say, yeah, because it can be a long ride home. And the way how mine was when I was in the hot seat, my mom would keep going and going and going and going. She didn't care. She wanted to make you feel these little when she was done with you. I mean this, like a peeps, like these little. She didn't want you to feel not even this chunk of big. She wanted you to feel small. So they end up leaving out or whatever. Now, my mom, as they leave out, my dad shuts the door. He like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and change, babe, and I'm gonna get ready to shower and stuff. She like, okay, Al, I'm gonna handle this down here. He like, all right. He like, you need me to do anything? She said, just go check on your son before you get in the shower and stuff. He like, all right. And he looked over at Marky's friend. He like, it's nice to meet you. And she shook his hand. And he was like, have a good night. Like, sir, I hate when you leave me. Like, so I'm looking like, please, God. Like, I'm praying in my head, like, if you could get me out of trouble this last time, I'm not going to get in trouble no more. I'm talking about, I'm praying, I'm crying in the back of my head. I'm scratching it. The inside of my brain got a whole thing going on. I'm going through it. So my mama like, I said no company. I said, well, Marky, why you didn't tell me that you had a girlfriend and your girlfriend was coming over? He like, I told your mom I didn't know she was coming. So she like, yeah, I just was checking on her because it was no way for me to contact him through the phone or nothing like that. So I just wanted to ring the bell to say hi. She said, well, I appreciate you. And you are so sweet. And I'm quite sure he's thanking you for coming to check. But Marky is on punishment. She said, oh, I didn't know that. Which she knew. But she played her part. Because we didn't prepare her. We didn't prep her for her part. Right? We were just prepping on saying that we know why she's here, like why we got her here. But we didn't know that my mom was going to go in depth and ask questions. And so my mom like, oh, yep. Well, he should have been told you that. He didn't tell you that when you came over. She like, nah, because everything had happened so fast. I had just rung the bell and stuff. So she kept up with the storyline of what we gave my mama. So that was just perfect. It was like action, drama, row. It was perfect. And so my mom said, okay, well, he'll let you know when he's off punishment, and you're more than welcome to come over. If we having barbecues, pool parties, whatever, or he can have company, you most definitely can come. Y'all can be in the living room watching movies and stuff. But for right now, it's late. You shouldn't be out here. I'm going to drive you home. So she said, oh, you don't got to drive me home. My mama say, no, I'm not finna have a teenager or minor walking around. You just left my house last. Anything could happen. She like, and I'm too paranoid. She said, Marky, Roshan, let's go. So I'm like, wait, we coming with? Yes, you coming? Yes. I'm like, okay. So I gets in the truck, right? We gets in the truck. Boom, she shows where she lives. So Marky leans over and he whispers in my ear because she was sitting in front. He like, I never knew where she stayed at. So I'm like, well, now, like, oh my God, now you know. So boom, she stayed close by the real place that I used to work at. Boom, my mom pulls up, drop her off. Now my mom, she the type that she'll be like, I'm gonna just go down this one way and turn around. So boom, she goes up the one way and comes up. Police come behind. Now, mind you, I got the stuff in my pocket. Now, I know that it's something that Marky shouldn't have, but I don't know exactly what it is. I don't want the police, like the police to just pull my mom over. So my mama like, oh my God. So my mom pulled over. She like, I should keep going. They come, license and registration, they flapping the lights. He said, hey, you know why I pulled you over? My mama say, no, but you probably do. And so he said, well, I pulled you over because you was going down a one-way. He like, this is the wrong way. She like, oh, I'm new in the neighborhood. I was dropping off their friend. So he like, okay. And she said, and you see these stickers right here? My husband is a firefighter. He's a chief of firefighter. And so he was like, oh, he like, that's good. He's like, that's good to know. He loved boom. He was like, hey, just be careful. We don't want to, to lose anyone's life by driving, the wrong way, because people do be speeding up and down this way. That's why we're parked over here watching. She said, okay, thank you. She like, so I don't got no ticket or nothing. He like, no ticket. He like, you can go ahead. So boom, we pull off. So in my heart, I'm like, oh, because what if he would have, because I'm always thinking the worst. Boom, my mom like, I wasn't getting out the car even if I was in the wrong. Like, even if he would have told me to get out, I wasn't getting out. So boom, we pulls back up in front of my crib. We gets out, we go in the house. So my mama say, sit in the living room until I'm done with my jacuzzi. So I said, Ma, you want me to run your water? No, I don't need you to. So I'm like, oh my God. This lady mad at me again. So I'm like, I know I'm finna get in trouble. So Marky like, we did it. I'm like, yeah, we did it. He like, why you looking like that? I'm like, nothing. He like, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing. I'm like, let's just see what mom got to say. So boom, time progressed. My mom took a whole jacuzzi. Now, when my mom is in the jacuzzi tub, and then after that, she got a shower, this and that. She take her drinks in the bathroom. So she be in there for like a good hour and some change. Okay, so almost working on 2 hours. And depending on how she feel, she will pull 2 hours and some change. Boom, she finally comes down. And she got on like this little tank top shirt, but she got no undies. She's out there John doing it, commandoing it. So she said, next time I tell y'all, no one up in here, that's what I mean. I don't care who's coming to check on you. I don't care if your grandma show up to the door. You need to be phoning me and asking me first, because I need to be knowing what I'm walking into. Don't never let me walk into a surprise again. I don't know how many times I'm going to keep telling y'all that, but y'all going to be over for the last time, and I'm gonna beat y'all in front of whatever situation we got going on. So I'm like, I'm sorry, Mom. She like, Roshan, I asked you for a few things. Make sure your brother was good. I was gonna pay you. I told you that, right? I'm like, yes. She like, I also told you nobody in my house, correct? I'm like, yes. She like, I also told you don't leave the house, correct? I'm like, yes. And you didn't do none of those things. No. I'm sorry, Mom. I know. I'm sorry too. I'm going to be sorry when I take that fine. I'm going to be sorry when I wipe out your room and give you a different room. That's really what I'm gonna be sorry for, because that just showed me you have no respect for me. I'm like, I do, Mom. I'm like, I didn't know. So Marky like, Mom, it was my company. Rody Doty didn't know. Marky, once you have company and I tell you nobody in my house, by all means necessary, you get them out my house. Marky said, Roshan was, but I said, I wanted to talk to her. Oh, so you override it. That's what you did? He like, well, I mean, yeah, she was coming here to see me. Okay. So you didn't want to listen to your brother? I did, like, after I heard what she said. Okay. Okay. So what should I do? Should I beat you down right now? What should I do? Should we call the girl back and I beat you in front of the girl? What should we do? He like, I'm sorry, Mom. She like, I'm tired of sorry. Give me some explanation. Why? Why? You know that you can't have company. You know that, and you know you can't. You need to be trying to get you're suspended, buddy. You still got some more days before you go back to school. So he like, I know, Mom, I know. Don't raise your voice at me. She said, I said, only reason why I'm letting it slide, Because y'all had somebody here, 2 guys here, that was going against y'all. That's the only reason why. But play with me like that again, I promise you, nobody gonna get spared. Nobody's gonna get spared. So I'm sitting up there like in my back of my mind, like, yes. My mama like, go to y'all room. I go to my room. Marky go to his room. All I hear is, yes, it's me. I'm coming in. She opened the door. I'm like, hey, Mom. She like, look, I appreciate you for letting me know what was going on and you calling me right away. I'm disappointed about the company thing. I know that wasn't your company. But when I say nobody in my house, you're the one that's head honcho when I leave. If Mark not listening, you call me right away. I tear the skin off of him. We won't be able to recognize him the next day. You understand? I'm like, yes, I understand. She's like, okay. I'm like, hey, Mom. I'm like, I'm going to be going to see a friend later Sunday. She's like, okay, you know your curfew. I'm like, all right. She's like, thanks again for protecting your brother. I'm like, no problem. She's like, yeah, he said you protected him. I'm like, he said that? She was like, yeah, that's what he said. And she shut the door. So I felt good, right? Like, like, okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Big dude. Like, you my little brother, I got you. But that felt good. That's what he told my mom. So, boom, I falls asleep. I gets up the next day. But mind you, I still got whatever Cody gave Mark.